Prepared to take leadership on this, to provide the kinds of capabilities that only America has, and to mobilize the world in ways that only America can do.
At a cost of about $750 million, the president's plan would train 500 local healthcare workers every week, assign some 3,000 U.S. military personnel to assist with medical and logistical support short of direct contact with patients, and establish a headquarters in Liberia to coordinate international relief.
House Republicans signed off Thursday on an additional $700 million to pay for the military mission to help fight Africa's deadly Ebola outbreak. The move by Armed Services Committee Chairman Howard Buck McKeon and Appropriations Chairman Harold Rogers comes on top of the $50 million released last month. In briefings this week, McKeon said Pentagon officials estimate $750 million would cover a 6-month mission. The top Republican and Democrat on the House and Senate Armed Services and Appropriations panels must okay the funneling of the Pentagon funds.
The cost estimates right now are probably around $750 million for our efforts, and that's in about a 6-month period. And again, the challenge with doing that is that those labs, for example, were not in the current, in the initial plan. So it's going to have to be a free-flowing, flexible adjustment on all that.
U.S. Army Africa is preparing to send a large number of troops to West Africa to help contain an Ebola outbreak. U.S. Army Africa's Chief of Staff recently spoke to community members at a town hall to explain why those soldiers are needed.
The question of how big this becomes comes back to the question of response that the international community is out there executing right now. The UN is energized. Western European countries are energized. We're trying to build this entire system to keep this thing as minimal as possible in order to make sure that it gets contained. We save as many lives as possible in the long run. And there will still be thousands of people who will die over the course of the next few weeks and the next few months in West Africa. How big that becomes is partly due to is partly going to be a response of what we do right now.
More than 3,000 people have died from the Ebola outbreak.